How you doing, nation? This is your boy Big G with that Boys in Blue report for this week's game against the New Orleans Saints. All right, nation. If you saw my Monday morning quarterback report last week, you know that we took another loss, second loss in a row, second loss by 7 points or less. So we're right there at the end of games, but we want to be in front at the end of every game. Just a tough loss to swallow, especially because it was against the Philadelphia Eagles. So let's move on to this week's game. New Orleans Saints. What can you say about New Orleans Saints? Great team. Great team. Drew Brees, 3,000 yards, 23 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. The interception a little high, but, hey, he's still Drew Brees and he's still getting it done. Drew Brees has thrown to 8 different receivers on his team. No, let me take that. He's thrown to 6 different receivers, and each of them have over 300 yards receiving. One guy has 8, one guy has about 5, and the other guy has 4, and the other guys have 300 yards. That is a lot of spreading the wealth. He is spreading the wealth to these guys. They're catching the ball, they're making their touchdowns, they're doing their thing. So Drew Brees is getting into these guys, and they're making things happen. Their running game. Have a decent running game. They're averaging about 100 and something yards running. But, they got 3 guys who have over 300 yards total rushing for this season. Sproles, Thomas, and Ingram. All of them have over 300 yards rushing this season. We have one guy over 300 yards rushing, and he's hurt. Okay? The next guy's 200 yards, and that's just horrible. They got 3 guys with over 300 yards rushing. We can't even muster up 2 guys. So that's what we're looking at this week, our defensive backs. We got to step up. I was talking to my man Ty. He's a big Dallas Cowboy fan. Talking to him, we talking about defensive backs, and he was saying there's no premium defensive backs in the league. There's, where have they all gone? And you know what? They've gone somewhere. They just want to make the big hits. They don't want to tackle. They're scared to get beat. This is where they are. There are not too many. And I think, the Jets may say Darrelle Revis is, great. But I think Charles Woodson is probably the greatest defensive back right now in the NFL. That's just me. But I think he is. So, and I talked to Ty, and I don't think he disagrees with that. But, we had that conversation this week. So, our defense needs to step up. We got to stop giving up those 3rd and 5s, defensive backs. If you're at the 5-yard marker, why when the ball is hiked, why do you drop back another 5? You're giving a guy the first down. Step up, be a man, play man to man, bump and run. If you get burnt, so what? You come back, you play the next play, and you try to stop these guys. We have one of the greatest pass rushing teams if we can let them loose. The defensive coordinator, let them loose, please. One game, I want to just see you just let them just run loose and free an entire game. Okay? Let them just run free. Let them run free. Like gazelles. Just let them run free. All right? And let's see what happens. But, that's where we are. That's why we're so anemic on that defensive back level, because these guys are not getting, to the ball the way they should. So, if we don't step up on D and play better defense, Brees is going to pick us apart, and we're going to wind up being in a bigger hole than where we are right now. So let's step up D. Offense it hasn't been bad. We've been good, and sometimes we've been great. Last week we had a lot of drop passes, and hopefully they rectify the situation. I spoke to Victor Cruz this week, and don't look at me like that. I spoke to Victor Cruz. What, you think I can't speak to Victor Cruz? I spoke to Victor Cruz. So they seem to rectify the situation in terms of the drop passes and the pass protection. Even though this is going to be the 4th different offensive line that we've had, we need to do a better job in protecting Eli Manning. Because if we can't establish running game because Bradshaw's hurt, Jacob sucks, DJ Ware is hurt, but he will play this week. And Darrell Scott, these guys are just not establishing themselves as running backs right now. If we can't do that, we're going to have to let Eli be like Peyton and throw the ball 50 times a game and get it to Cruz, Manningham, and Hicks, and all these guys, and Nixon, and these guys that just need to be out there. And they got to catch the ball. So That's where we are right now, nation. We have to play much better defense. We have to be a lot more consistent on the offensive level. We have to protect Eli, and we have to try to establish some type of running game this week. And if we don't, we're going to be stuck in a hole that it's going to be hard to get out because our schedule gets no easier after this week. The next 2 games, just heads up, Green Bay and Dallas. That's where we are this week, nation. Green Bay and Dallas this week. So, nation, fly your flags, wear your colors. 8:20 Monday, primetime start. The boys in blue versus the New Orleans Saints. Make sure you are there. Make sure you're ready. Check out my Monday morning quarterback report, which will be on Tuesday, nation, because we have the game on Monday. This is your boy, Big G. I'll holler at you next week, and I'm out.